Situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, the tech priest and the crew members won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet, the Navis Nobilite station, and find out what's going on. All right, dismissed. I missed the voice acting. It's a lot of reading. Your Lordship, there is one other thing, a confidential matter of utmost importance. Lady Theodora, your eternally esteemed predecessor, brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She is given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything? I shall tell you. Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, chief architect of his will in Kronos Expanse. Came across a strange handwritten letter on her desk. That's quite. XC is Xavier Calcazar? Lady Theodore was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Henrix van Calox. An interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in the system and that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires and deliver him to Footfall in the Furibundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but the Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either in Navis Nobilite or the Governor Rykard Minoris, may know something. That is all, Your Lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but as a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valencius Protectorate. Alright. Idra, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. Psyker is suffering some ailment. Out of dark madness, she insists on seeing the rogue trader. I judge that would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. I was hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak to me when you have time. Daybreak. Come to your senses. Damn it, Your Lordship. Here's the thing. I was trying to see an immediate future, and it hit me so hard. My head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way. I can't make out what it is. And no matter how hard I try, a single word I can make out. Daybreak. Maybe it's dawn. It's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, why is it so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. You tell us anything else, just to last. No, not anything. Let's try that again. No, not yet anyway. Voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make sense of any of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report to you right away. But Captain, I want you to take me closer look to your future. Find me on the bridge, and we could talk. Lady Theodora was well served by whispers in many occasions, and I'm sure you benefit from it well. Okay, there's nothing else. Briefing concluded. A lot of reading. A lot of reading. Okay, so drink. All right, so you know where everybody went? Are they all here? I don't. Gotta look at my ship, right? Argenta.
Rogue trader.
Said a personal request for me?
I indeed have a request, Rogue trader.
Good. Oh, I thought you would continue talking. The accursed servants of chaos who assaulted the ship took the lives of your loyal crew members. They have orphaned many children. including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are in the cases like this in Ivan Valencia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps Rogue Trader could meet orphans. I will meet with them nor formalities. The children of the people who gave their lives in Von that. Yeah, we'll do that. Nor formalities. For children. Thank you. Taking my request to heart. Awesome. Oh. We immediately go. Apparently I'm not a good... They're not a fan of me. Fatigable's sister have been keeping an eye on these pups. It is hardly the Scala progenum in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. This is all we got for the orphan? We had like 2,000 people die. Brave ones, masters of the ship has appeared before you, one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the Rogue Trader of House von Valencius. Grandly address them? I, the Rogue Trader, and Lord Captain of this ship, speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for a just cause and brought honor to the Von Valencius banners and those of the Imperium. I am proud of them, and I believe you will become their worthy heirs. Yeah, let's do that. Some are not oppressed. Can't oppress everybody. So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for your noble lot. You just give us speeches. Punish the troublemaker. I don't know about that. Say them out without fear. I'll listen. Yeah, we'll do that. Orphans of the Imperial heroes are going to be taught how to follow their parents' footsteps. Okay. Okay. Are extremely helpful, though, Hunter. Because, yeah, you're just... I'm at loss on some of this stuff, so you're helping me out with figuring this stuff out. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die like our folks. Thing. Alright, I like this one. I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth, the good of the whole ship, for the Imperium. Do not speak of their honorable fate in anger and disdain. You heard the Rogue Trader. His words carry wisdom on the Imperium. Servants immediately emerge carrying a package of treats. Yep. So, would you like a cookie? Mom and Dad died, but have a cookie. Just like, you better clap. I wonder when we get him. Okay. So we need to find... Gento is there. I miss it? There's... You're over here? Most wholesome thing, I don't know. It probably contains some mind-altering drug or something. Here, where's she hiding? She says I'm to find her, and then she hides. Assuming she's on the bridge, right? Oh, okay. Maybe not. I don't see her. Bridge officer, there's Abelard. That's leaving. Like, maybe she's not up here. Maybe I actually do gotta leave. Oh no, there she is. I'll ask her. What's it like to be a Psyker, even though I am one?
You could ask yourself that question, eh, Lord Captain?
Yeah.
Every Psyker feels their connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it.
What would happen if your door burst open?
Well, if the door opens, that means somebody's planning to come in, right? But screw them. They're not coming through. Trust me. I know how to keep my valuable head locked up tight.
Aren't you afraid of losing control?
Only losers who are afraid of their own gift lose control. Or idiots who never figure out what they are before it's too late. Or little kids who want to play around with their shiny new toy. If you don't know the limits of your abilities, or you're always bouncing around in your own head, that's a recipe for disaster.
I like her. I like her. The voice acting I like with her, her little craziness to her. Can you see my future?
All right. That's what I'm here for after all. So, I'm just going to lean on that door in my head a little more, prick up my ears, and listen to what the warp's got to say about you. If you'll allow it, I can listen right now.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's hear what they're whispering about you.
I don't like that little
Sit
laugh.
not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained. Among the blind men and false prophets, a red-robed sage seeks the answer to a question. He does not know that it is not the answer he must seek, but the question that will draw everything into focus. Will you help him, rogue trader? But mark that sometimes ignorance is sweeter than oblivion. A chained hound chases after glimmers of the aurora, but sparks in the scent of oil confound his nose. The chain trails after him. What will happen if you pick it up? Will you become his master? or merely another beast in the pack of his true lord. The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it? I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
Did you get that, chat? Get that? I didn't get any of it. Makes sense to me at all. I'd like to hear your augury. What awaits me in the future?
All right. Let's hear what they're whispering about you.
Are we doing this all over again?
I'm sorry, Lord Captain.
Okay.
The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
About your abilities.
What are you talking about, Lord Captain?
You're a Psyker. Psykers are only granted to the right to live with the Emperor's blessing. Or I'm worried for the crew. Yeah, let's just do the your Psyker.
Look, Lady Theodora couldn't care less if some eggheads measured my brains or not. It's not about the seal on your forehead, get it? It's about what's in your gut, if it's rotten or not. My gut's stronger than the adamantine on this here ship. And my implants are better than the ones they put in you on your Terra. If they weren't, I wouldn't have lived as long as I have.
Alright. Where'd you come from?
Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region. In the Coronis Expanse, the deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets, and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best.
Yeah, psychic beacon that helps navigators triangulate the course of the void ship through the void. Okay. Tell me about Lyra.
It's an out-of-the-way planetoid between two faint stars. On Lyra, a dozen local tyrants fight over 5 measly continents. But they use everything they can to win, from poison to psychers. I haven't been there in many years, but there's nothing for me to miss. Trust me. But here on the ship is a different story altogether. I saw more wonders in my first year serving Lady von Valancius than I'd seen in my whole life on Lyra. Like my first journey through the warp, I was in bed for 3 days. I felt like supernovas were exploding in my head. I only found out later that I'd gotten off easy. Just through the bulkhead in the bay next to mine, a whole team turned into... Look at me
turn into
rambling
what?
on, Lord Captain. Pay no attention.
Turn into what? Yeah, you never finished your story.
It wasn't like it was a very fun trip, Lord Captain. But look, if you want to be entertained, I'm the woman for the job. I'll entertain you with one of the stories from my collection, no problem. But if you want to hear about the time I melted everyone in the bay next door, well, I just don't really want to go into the details on that one, all right?
Okay, you melted them. What'd you do before you came on the ship?
Oh, I embroidered wall hangings in honor of our national heroes.
Just cackles.
I did the same thing I do here, Lord Captain. Divining. Our rulers prized the ability to see into the future. Every psyker that could be found was worth a small fortune on Lyra. There's no such thing as a peaceful life on Lyra. People like me were especially sought after. They'd pick psychers up wherever they found them, buy kids off their parents, even just abduct them. Take me, for instance. I got taken from my street gang. The older kids sold me when they noticed there was something off about me. The ruling dynasties had schools where they trained us and beat us black and blue. And then they packed us off to serve. Some of us held on for a long time, but Others didn't last. Not everyone's as smart and talented as me, you know. Some people crossed the line and were out of commission before their time.
How'd you end up on Rogue Trader service?
Theodora von Valancius paid a visit to the ruler I was serving at the time. I don't know what the visit was for, and it's no business of mine anyway. I can still remember the way the voices in my head changed when I looked at her. They were practically screaming. She had so much behind her, and plenty ahead of her too. As I gawked at her, all of a sudden I heard a whisper. A hint, a suggestion, nothing more. But I know the difference between idle chatter and a real threat. I seized my chance and approached Theodora. I managed to whisper a couple of words in her ear before the wardens dragged me away. They beat me and locked me up. No wonder. It wasn't my place to converse with outsiders. And then Theodora's people came for me. They broke down the wall, butchered the guards. Also, I could tell them my warning in full. So I said the rest, but I didn't want to go back to my old life. And so I entered the service of the von Valancius dynasty.
Have you ever been off the ship?
A few times. Not many. And if I think about it, why would I want to? I've got everything I need here. All the whispers I hear are familiar ones. They almost feel like family. And if I want to hear about the nightmares off the ship, I can. After some Amisec. But don't go getting the wrong idea. If I have to, I'll follow you to the edge of the galaxy.
Amisec. I'll call a drink.
Of course, Lord Captain.
Did you know her well, Theodora well?
None of the officers knew the Lord Captain well. Not even Abelard, and she was always closer to him than anyone else. She told me from the off that if I ever listened to anything in the warp about her without her permission, I'd be going out through the airlock. I'm not an idiot, so I never stuck my nose where it didn't belong. Only when I was asked. It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that she's gone. Lady von Valancius gave me everything I have. She opened the stars to me and the paths between them. I still think I can hear her voice.
Things are strained between you and Argenta, isn't that right?
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
All right. So,
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
can it be like Baldur's Gate 3 in here, I wonder? Is that if your companions do not like each other, there could be adverse effects? I mean, maybe not murder each other like they want to do in the Baldur's Gate, but... Okay, so... got... Does that mean it's completed? It is. I failed these two. Assuming these are done. They do that. Okay. So, looking for trouble. So, we gotta land on different planets. Errands. Need to find new people. We need an engine seer. Need a navigator. So we gotta land on these planets first. Okay, so. Should we go to... Let's go to Novice. I think that's where we'll try to go. Alright, let's figure out how to do this. Oh, we can go to my quarters. These are the same quarters? Good, I got a giant picture of her. Schematics of the flagship of House. Okay. Jack's reported painted by a skilled artist. It's guessed. I have to get my own picture. Those are cool. Polished skull of some unknown xenos makes it seem like a bony face. It's mocking. Alright, so I don't know if there's anything in here I need. Long dead eyes of this fierce monster forever captures the fear and pain of his final moments. Don't need anything in here. Oh, here. This must be determined where we go. I'm guessing. The event of Warhammer 40k Road Trip takes place in a vast region of space known as the Kronos Expanse. The sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which we'll get a chance to visit. You'll find yourself scouring the void, searching for routes leading to new uncharted systems, discovering more routes as you explore the Expanse. See before you the map. Yeah. Each star system contains objects to interact with. Such objects are marked of interest. So, novice. Identified ship. I don't have no idea what that is. Novice. Where's novice? This is us, I'm assuming. Scan is required. Oh, they tell us our stuff we have on there. New blood, machine spirit. Okay. We just need to scan. Okay, so this is a prison one. That is. Let's go here. The guide. Lord Captain reporting the heralds of Nabis Nabalite continue to maintain silence, perhaps due to Iraq 5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted a signal from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The bands are clear. We are to turn the ship around immediately. We also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably it remains of an interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Nevis Nublet House requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our transmission. Scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The officers on the crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note a wave of distortions, unclear genesis that are throwing off most of their readings. We're unable to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and become fully depressurized. Signs of biological activity are largely present in the central modular, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigator heralds ignoring us? Oh god, should we dock? Contacted again. Station doesn't reply even after official reading of the rogue trader and declaration of invitation. Okay, so try to dock. We do not know what's happened on the station, so you'll have to look for the esteemed navigator's blind. Dock safely and may get Emperor light your path. Okay. During the early formation of the Imperium, the Emperor was conquering the galaxy. He needed to explore established trade routes. Okay. That makes sense, yeah. Signal. Extractum. Or extractium. Global mining outpost assembled in accordance with the Blessing Standard Temporal Construct. Small industrial complex can be deployed in practically any world, however inhospitable. That's where we gotta go, I believe. Yeah, that's our crew. So because he created the rogue traders, so he wanted to trade, he gave them immense power, and they just remained that for, what, thousands of years? Warrant to trade for anyone on the ship and gave them the right to interact in business with other people outside the Imperium. Okay. Oh.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper.
Assuming he's a psyker with that staff? Possibly?
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
In the name of House Orcelio, I command you to execute the infidels. This has happened on a galactic scale. Generations-long tasks, and the warrants were given no expiration date and made them, heritable. All right. We have some strange guests. Step back or I'll unleash the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Sea of Souls, the warp. Abelard, if you'd be so kind. Before you stands his lordship, the rogue trader Mykillangelo von Valencius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Coronos expanse, the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade. Allow me to point out the Nobilite custom requires the Lord Navigator to introduce himself first, but given the unusual circumstances of the station, his lordship of the rogue trader is turning a blind eye to your hostility, but just this once. Well, in this case, I shall turn a blind eye to your unceremonious invasion, but just this once. Very well, allow me to introduce myself. Before stands Felix Christoph August, keeper of this place. So you did not arrive offer to support of the traders. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Uruk 5 is a holy sanctum of the House Orcelio, and is a path that is only relevant few, select few. It pains me to say you're not on the guest list. I came here to search for Nate. You're coming with me? This guy is willing to come. I come looking for Lord's Inquisitor Interrogator, Henrix. Lord Inquisitor's Interrogator? I think I would know such an important individual decided to pay us a visit. Where did all the corpses come from? Betrayal. An all thing in the life of a nobilite. Don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend, Theobald Orciela, the second keeper of Eric 5, and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner, greedy scum. I swear by the throne's light that the souls will perish in the darkness of the void. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia. They are now torturing upstairs while I idly chat down here. Help me rescue her or be gone. Waste no more of my precious time. What kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask you for such a favor under difficult circumstances, yet. And yet, Lady Cassia's well-being above all. I have got many people left, or haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness. But you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to the Mistress' chambers, you'll need to remake the holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Ursula herself. This is the troll rod at the elevator. Machine spirit. I have one part and the other was lost during the mutiny. But even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. How do I make the control rod? I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind the reliquary door. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaselessly perform the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit will serve the house in its time of need. The fateful hour is upon us. Now, how am I supposed to power the elevator? The station's main cogitator situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence. The sacred mechanism will rest. If it's so simple, why don't you do it? I never said the feat would be easy to accomplish. The path to the laboratory, the guard room is blocked by the very same madmen who took over the station. They will not negotiate and are not afraid of displeasing the novice nobilite or incurring the Emperor's wrath. They bow only to brute strength, something which I currently happen to lack. That makes sense. So have you decided? I'll help you for the sacred for the good Imperium. Rogue Trader's aid will cost House Orcelio, but you should rejoice, for your mistress will live. I could just take him by force. I will rescue your mistress, but in return I require that Horse Orcelio sign a contract with my protectorate. I think I might do that. So be it. Hurry, the mistress' safety is all that matters. Should you fail, our arrangement is... Okay, arrangement is finished. Makes sense. Alright. Alright. Well, it is midnight, so... I'm going to be ending it here for tonight. We will continue this on... Thursday. We'll continue this on Sunday, because for those new who are watching, I stream normally Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. But this week I'm also streaming Friday, but Friday I'm playing World of Warcraft Season of Discovery. So I've been playing that for a little bit, but since this game came out, I'm playing as a secondary. So I'll be streaming World of Warcraft Season of Discovery. So for tomorrow night, all my starting times are at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And usually I just play for about 4 hours. And I stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, since now the Twitch allows that. So, perfect. But yeah, we're going to end it here. Thank you, everybody. And thanks to all the people that that are still here from the raid. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'll see you all next time.